Hey there traders, it's Sasha Evdokov with TRADERSFLY, and today I want to talk about trading stocks with every indicator possible. I had a couple questions that came into me from my newsletter list that people asked me, how do I trade Elliot wave signals? How do I trade with Fibonacci? How do I trade with this and this Bollinger Bands? So a few people asked to do some trade analysis with those signals, so we're going to kind of go over what I see or what I recommend. So if you were the one to ask the questions, I don't mean to pounce on you, but let's just show some charts right here, and we'll go over some Facebook. And right now, when you look at this chart, initially you'll think, oh my God, it's so busy, and it is. It's very busy. And there's a lot of things going on over here. We have the support and resistance. We have the Bollinger Bands. We got the parabolic SAR, so we got a lot of moving averages, the 200-day moving average, the 20-day, the 100-day. So there's a lot of stuff happening. So as we zoom in, we can see all that stuff going on, and that becomes a very problematic thing for the eyes. The same thing here on the Stochastics. We got the 14 with the 3, we got the MACD, we got the True Strength Index, and we got the Elliot wave. To be quite honest, right off the top, I don't use most of this stuff at all, because when you have something like this, as one of my great mentors always kept saying, you got a whole circus going on over here. And when you got all these rainbows of colors and a bunch of indicators and Fibonacci, Gubonacci, all kinds of stuff, it's just a lot to dissect. And which one do you use to get in? Which signal is the one to get in? Which signal is the one to get out? You don't know. So for me, really, I use a very simple standard chart, just like this. You've probably seen it on many of the charts that I've shown on the daily recaps, but it's very simple. I watch the trend lines. I watch the trend lines of what's happening. Sometimes I'll put something like that on, and that's really it. I watch the volume and I watch the trend lines, because when I have too many things on board, there's just too much happening. Too much things to take note of, and they'll start bringing doubt in. So for me, I look at these price levels. So taking a look at Facebook, and I talked about this one when I first got in it, all way back here in this level. But as prices clear the highs here, you get in it, and then you peel some off. Okay, it bounces, and then it gets to this region. So now it's in this region between 39 or 40 up to about 42, 44. And as it moves to the next region, again, the same thing. Then that's my next region. So I just keep things really simple, because that's my indicator. My indicator is when it's hitting its highs. So once it gets to this region and hit its highs here, pulled back, went back up, maybe I'll sell some, because I'm taking some risk off the table. Then it moves back up above the highs there, I might add some. And that's just the way I do it. And it's a lot more simple than having something like this and looking at this and then trying to figure out, okay, is the line crossing over? Is it a fake out? Is it a true breakout? And yeah, stocks will move in cycles and things like that, and they do have their Elliott waves. And do I check Fibonacci from time to time? Yeah, I do check it from time to time. When I have time, I do check some other things here and there. But point being is, you don't want your sheet or your chart of what you're looking at to look like a circus. You don't want it to look like this. You want to keep things very nice, very clean. If you do put an indicator down there, fine. Put one, put two at the most. If you start having 3, 4, or 5 different things going on, you're going to start to fake yourself out and trade probably very poorly, because then you're not consistent on what's working and what's not working. This for me has worked very well, and for my mentors out there, I thank you so much if you're listening, and you know who you are. But if you're not trading, very simply, you're trading very convoluted, then when do you get in? When do you get out? You have no idea, and that's just very bad kind of for your own psychology, for your own mentality. You'll start psyching yourself out, and you'll just exit the trades either too early, too late, and it's going to happen whether you keep it simple or not. But when you got so many things happening, what signal was the right one? What signal was not the right one? Get familiar with your trading system. Get familiar with your trading style, and then adapt it and make tweaks and adjust it. But start very simple. Keep it simple, stupid. and then move on to the next thing and the next thing. Be consistent with one thing and then move on to the more complicated thing. I'll give you this much. Why do you think there's always a thing about volume? Why do you think everybody talks about the volume? There's a reason there. Think about that one. All right, I'm Stochastics. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next time.